Bring it in, boys! Rock3tt is back with another guide for you. Now it will be something different. It won't be a guide how to play a specific champion, but rather I want to share with you my experience and give you some tips how to climb up. I will tell you 6 basic tips which helped me finally get my poor ass to the diamond. So don't mess up with the shitty talk and let's go to do something valuable. The first tip I will begin with is map awareness. Many people don't realize how important map in League of Legends is. You can see there are many useful informations, and these informations are there to help you avoid terrible situations, bring fewer kills or get advantage by taking objectives. It's up to you if you use it or if you don't, but if you want to climb up, I highly recommend to watch on map as much as it is possible. If you can't get used to watching on map often, I have one amazing tool for you. On YouTube there are beep timer videos which you can launch on the background while you are playing a game, and every time it beeps you should check the map. The best is to have 5 seconds interval launched on the background, which should be enough. Yeah, maybe it is annoying to listen beeping all the game, but this tool can be used for first few games until you add up to it, and then you can turn it off. All the magic in this tool is to learn focusing on map. You can find link for beep timer in the description of this video. Now let's see how map awareness can help you in gameplay. In this example, Y is ganking my mid lane, but meanwhile Shyvana is also coming on mid through the river. We had a little bit of time, so Y finally killed Orianna, and after that Shyvana engaged us. We could go for Shyvana also together, but map told us that it's not a good idea because of enemy bot lane is coming on mid also. So we went back and saved our lives, but if we didn't check the map, then we would probably die here too because of a bad decision to chase Shyvana. Another example is using Sky's Bloom in the jungle by enemy player. On the map you can see Thresh is destroying our ward, and in the same time someone from enemy team used Sky's Bloom in our jungle. So now we should know that there is an enemy player trying to make some play. But we didn't see it, and we will pay for this mistake soon. It was Gragas who just surprised went through the terrain and prepared easy kill for Misfortune. After that, Thresh just flashed for me with a very nice landed hook, what brought double kill for enemy AD carry. Good example of map awareness is also taking objectives while enemy team even don't know what is happening. In this situation my team find out that there is no enemy ward on Dragon, Tryndamere is on top lane and Talon with jungler Diana are on mid lane. So it's perfect time to do a fast Dragon because there was just Morgana who can't steal it through our smite at all. So it brings us good advantage by taking Infernal Dragon in the right time. As you can see, all these informations are very useful for you. You should use them, and the only place where you can obtain these informations is map. So all the time focus on map. That's the first and very important step to climb up. Second tip is focusing on your main champions or champions you know play the best. Maybe even if many people will not agree with me, this is also very important because truth is that even after 100 games with a single champion, you can learn something new. You can learn that some parts of playstyle can be executed much better. You can learn what champions are easy to handle for you, who counters you, or even how to deal with the counter on your lane. All these things can't be learned in 10 or 20 games. You have to meet all possible champions on lane and also in late game, and this can be done only by maining a specific champion. I recommend to have 2 or the most 3 main champions. If you saw my other videos, for me it's definitely Sona and Vladimir, but believe me guys, there is nothing known as a new meta or something like that. You can main whatever champion and master him to be able to climb up with. There are many streamers and YouTubers that main old champions like Annie, Mastery, Shaco, and also guys who main new champions like Yasuo, Jhin, Revorg, LeBlanc or Ryze. It doesn't matter, everybody was able to do it at least to the diamond. From all these facts flow just one result, and it's that if you know champion mechanically really good and you know well also League of Legends as a game, then you can climb up faster than the others with any champion. You will not like my third tip, but still I have to share it with you because it helps me to win a small percentage of my games on the road to the diamond. The tip is never flame, and even try to calm down every flame among your teammates. People begin to flame usually if game is going to be lost or when someone feed hard, and you're right if you think that the bulk of these games will be lost nevertheless. Yes, it will be. 90 or 95% of these games can't be won, even with positive attitude without flame. But you want to focus on these 5 or 10% which you can turn around and finally win. You know, writing and answering in the chat heavily disrupt focusing on the game, focusing on farming and map awareness, and in the end it leads to more deaths, to lost objectives, and finally to the loss. All you need to learn here is to stay calm. Doesn't matter what is happening in the game, it's only a game, not a real life. So if somebody tends to begin flame, just write something like, "Bro, please stop flame, it will not help us, we can win this together," or in late game. If someone tried to flame you, just say, "Sorry, it was my bad," even if it was not your bad. Just put your egocentricity behind. You don't need to prove anything to other players. Point is to stop writing and focus on game. Simply, if you never flame and feed, okay, also good players can feed sometimes, but if you try to avoid these two things, then there is only 80% chance that you will have someone like that in your team, and 100% chance that enemy team will have a player like that. I mean, if you think about it, like 20% chance for each player, so there are still more chances that this will happen on the enemy side. You can't be sure which game you will be able to turn around, even if it looks that their team composition is absolutely heavy for you. Never give up. I won games where we had 2 kills and enemy team 19, and also lost games that were in our favor for the first 20 or 30 minutes. This is going hand in hand with my 4th tip, and it's never surrender. Many games used to be different in every stage of the game. It can happen often that team which lost early and mid game will crush you on late game, and even if many of these games you can predict, few of them you can't be sure what will happen later and how will team fights look on late games. So one of my tips which should not be ignored is never give up a game and try to win till the last second of the game. 5th tip is about farming. And I mean farming by last hitting with auto hits. I mentioned this tip also in my Vladimir guide because for Vlad it's very important, and there are also many other champions that need farming by last hitting, not only with spells, which is easier. If you have problem with this, I can recommend you one technique which is really good for improving last hitting. Turn off your runes and masteries so you will have something around 50-80. Create a custom game with one bot, go online with this bot, and train last hitting there. Just ignore what is bot doing, only avoid all his spells and last hit every single minion without spells. If you will be able to have at least 80 CS for every 10 minutes, then you trained it to satisfying level and you can go to normal or ranked game with runes and masteries. Also try this technique with ranged champion bot or melee champion with the gap closer, because it's harder to farm if enemy can poke you with spells and auto hits or can jump on you and deal damage. Last and one of the most important tips I'll give you in this guide is improve mechanics with your main champions to master level. Okay, I can't teach you there every single champion. I'm not good with every champion and I didn't even play every champion in League, but what you can do about this is to watch pro players when they play your champion. Players like Bjergsen, Faker, Gosu, Afromu, Doublelift, Bank and many others have tons of videos on YouTube with many champions. They usually know all mechanics with the champion very well, so you can see what they are doing, check their playstyle and learn a lot of useful strategies with every champion. Then just try to learn these mechanics and master it to high level so you will be able to carry more games. Also, reading and watching guides with positive feedback from all the people around is a good choice. Guides usually go much deeper. It can teach you builds, runes and masteries, useful summoner spells, starting items and also playstyle in every stage of the game. All the knowledge you will get from reading and watching on the internet can be used to improve your mechanics in game, and it's very valuable to do things like this. Okay guys, that's all for this guide. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something useful for you. All I can say in the end is that you should never give up. Just try and try again and again. You can be better just by doing mistakes and learning from them. The more mistakes you will do, the better you will become, so don't be confused and go for your goal like unbreakable Superman, because it's the only way how to reach success. Thank you guys for watching, hit that like button if you like the video, and for more upcoming videos subscribe my channel. Thanks a lot and see ya in the next video.